If you haven't already, go watch the other two videos.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do that.
Also,
Yeah,
this random
how
lady
does
who's
one do that?
talking is new. Don't feel bad if you haven't met her yet. She's nice.
She is the person that the audience relates with because they're just like her.
She
Wow.
is the hero of this entire story.
Pretty much. And then we're just there to cause mayhem.
Wait, that's accurate.
Tressa, you're the best character.
Last time on D&D.
There was an uprising on Ship 1. Ship 2 is suspicious of Ship 1 not having the real captain. Ship 3 has the real captain and wine. The wine is needed to get into the city of Amber. And the person on Ship 1 knows that, but he still isn't sure that he shouldn't be shooting them yet, and has realized that the second ship has stopped shooting the first one, so he's very nervous. The Dragon Gnome stuck in the second ship's cannon, and a local town hero is leaving there. There's also this old woman, yet y'all don't know about it. And there's this ooze out in the I don't know. There's the ooze named Albert.
Abler.
That's
And
what you
then
said.
there's Rock Gnome, and then there's Bartok. Me.
Bartok, can you start us off?
Yeah. Okay. So this is gonna be right now. We aren't talking about in game because this was just a really cool thing that happened in our last session, and I just kind of felt like it needed to be shared. So I tossed the dice to Tressa. You'll meet her in a second, who then hit it, and then Rock Gnome, who you already know, hit it again but didn't catch it, and it fell, hit the floor, and spun for a good 2 minutes, and then landed on a D20. And yeah, so that was like really cool, and I wish everyone could have seen it in camera, but we didn't, and I apologize for that.
And
Okay.
I'm dying inside.
Yeah, he really wanted it to get caught on camera.
So there was a ton of commotion last time. And our friend Bartok, to sell down the crowd, gave one of the best speeches I have ever heard.
I can try to recite what I remember of it. It was all off the top of my...
Then just recite it.
Okay, if you say so. Let me get in position so that I can actually do the correct voice. So, I hear that y'all all have doubts about me being the captain and who you should trust. Well, all I know is that the people on ship 3, they're dead. There's no one left alive there except for pirates who are coming to kill us. All we can do is fight them and not die. And I mean, I'm the best hope you have of that. I'm a seasoned adventurer. I don't think anyone else here is. You're all townsfolk. I came in yesterday. You don't even know me, but I'm an adventurer, so I'm probably pretty okay.
But if
Uh,
the pirates were on the third ship, then why aren't they firing cannons at us yet? Also, the captain, who might be on the third ship, knows how to defeat Albert, that ooze monster out there. So, shouldn't we make sure?
well, that's a good question. Let me consult my counsel about it.
And
Oh
then
jeez, oh
out of
jeez,
the
oh jeez, oh
crowd,
jeez. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
out of the crowd comes one little old lady, and she whips her cane in the air and says, "Well, I never liked that two-time and no good captain o' mine. I support you fully, Sonny. We're gonna beat that ooze monster with or without him. Say we sink that third ship. Come on, Sonny, let's go."
I
She
got
gives
the
a
old lady. Who else is with me? And no one raised their hand.
This is a sad life.
But you got
But
someone.
I got Mildred.
You got a new character?
Yes, and by the way, that is the person you heard about last episode.
I love Mildred so much.
Mildred is best character, and y'all will all see why soon.
That no good two-time husband of mine.
always fed me oversalted meats. That's just part of her character now. DM, there's no way you can get that out. I've
That's
already put
honestly
that in
part
there.
of her character.
Oversalted meats. And whenever she can't
Well.
think of something bad to say about someone, she's just, they fed me oversalted meats.
That two-time no good oversalted meat feeding rock gnome. I stinking hate him.
Not yet. That hasn't happened.
So what? So rock gnome, what did you do in your predicament with the cannon in your head?
Okay, so me being the wizard that I am, I did somehow.
You're not a wizard.
That's not your class.
But you know what? I didn't mean that was my class.
Your class is Rock Gnome.
Rock gnome, a Pokemon now, where his only word that he can say is rock gnome, and his name is rock gnome.
No, because then we would have already broken that because he already talked.
Guys.
Ah, stupid rock gnome.
Rock Gnome.
So yeah.
Me being the not wizard that I am, I somehow definitely got a 20, and I decided to light the cannon a flame, and I jumped right back into the cannon. Like, how did I maneuver myself? I just like,
You just
I
kind of
threw
hop back
myself
into it.
I threw myself out of the cannon, then I threw myself right back in after lighting it, and I kind of flew to the second ship just a little bit. Wait,
First ship.
Oh, right, first ship, sorry. The one that I'm on.
I flew back to the same ship. No, I flew to the first ship, just barely, you know, not too far off.
The anchor.
Not too far off, just like
He
off the
hit
ship.
the anchor.
Yeah,
He's alive, probably.
for
Mostly.
now.
He only has a mild concussion.
So Tressa, what did you do seeing all of this commotion?
Well, you see, I tried to help out however I could, and mostly people just looked at me like I was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, for everyone's information, Tressa is on the second ship with Rock Gnome.
Not with the first ship.
Yeah, I know. But like, as of last episode, she was on ship 2 with Rock Gnome.
And really quickly, Bob just attacked the second ship, so you know.
Who's Bob?
I mean Albert. Generic name that I cannot remember.
Balbert.
Okay. So then after that, Tressa took her stone and she whispered into it the baker who just, happened to be a relative or a friend or something, and totally didn't just get a critical success. And then suddenly she had the knowledge of how to use a grappling hook and used a rope and a grappling hook to get over to the first ship without dying. But unfortunately, it was too late for the ship and it was capsized with only one other person surviving. A small child named Benjamin.
I love Benjamin.
Benjamin is best character.
You don't even know Benjamin the way I do.
Best Benjamin.
What's funny is I'm gonna kill off all the NPCs.
No! Why have you told us this? Now we'll just fight to protect them.
Don't even know.
We will fight to protect them with all of our lives.
All 9 of them.
Not Mildred and Benjamin.
As you can see, we like the NPCs here more than the real characters.
Yeah, and that's kind of the opposite of most campaigns, because usually everyone hates NPCs with a passion. Generally, I do too. Like, generally, I hate NPCs, but we have made such a good character base for these guys.
Yeah, but they do hate the captain, so not all is lost.
Yeah, we still conform to some of the rules of D&D.
So as this big commotion is going on, the crowd somehow kind of settles itself down, and Mildred, slowly inching her way to the captain's quarter, or grabs a torch off of the wall and says, "We're gonna kill that no good Albert."
Oversalted meat given son of a gun.
Okay, so as I gracefully slammed my rocky head from being the rock gnome into the anchor, and didn't get a concussion or take any damage somehow.
Kinda did.
I kind of was having some trouble, like inching a couple centimeters up the anchor. And as I was doing this, as I was failing, I noticed something move within the waters below me. Super dark and spooky.
But he didn't really care, so he just kept climbing the anchor.
But, it was probably just my own shadow, so I just decided to keep on climbing. And as I climbed and finally got up to the guardrail,
The second ship was destroyed completely, spooking him, making him almost fall off. Then he scurried onto the Dragonborn's head, as the Dragonborn and Mildred went into the captain's quarters. And you know what Tressa was doing?
Comforting a lost child who is the sole survivor of Ship 2.
Tressa, do you want to tell the audience how you were doing that?
It's quite dramatic. You see, well, first, the child asked me,
Why did the ooze attack us?
because it's Albert,
Is this why I don't see my mom anymore?
and as of that point, Tressa fell down and laid in the fetal position.
And really quickly, in real life, she also did that.
Yeah, it was a good day.
it was comical.
I don't take my characters with no grain of salt.
And then as she did that, the little boy hugs her, or getting down on the ground with her, saying, "It's all right. You can be my new mom."
I'm not sure that's how it works, but I mean, I
It's
can't.
how it
She
works
was
now.
crying. The rock gnome's on the Dragonborn's head, and Tressa is crying on the ground with a little boy.
And guess what the rock gnome does while Mildred takes this random torch off the wall? He jumps right off the dragonboard's head and swiftly takes the torch in his possession and runs out to the ship and starts yelling, "Fire! Albert! Fire! Albert! Fire! Albert! Fire! Albert!"
Albert!
Fire! Albert! Fire! Albert!
And the whole crowd looks at this small party and
And
realizes
joins in.
that they are crazy and that they want nothing to do with them. So as they're chanting this, Mildred takes her cane and just hits that rock gnome, that no good, rotten, and two-timing thief of mine. Rock gnome, he took
Assaulting
my
meat
stupid
given.
He took my torch and I'm gonna kill him for that. You take that, rock gnome. And as she does so, her cane, gaining great speed, strikes the rock gnome and doesn't move. And she slowly rubs her chin and thinks, maybe that was just a rock. Maybe these no good eyes of mine they're giving out on me.
No good over salted meat saying eyes.
You can't say that every time.
Yes, I can, DM. Try me.
Try the oversalted meats.
I will smite thee and kill the NPCs.
No.
No!
You value their lives more than your own. This is like the biggest problem. So, as all this is happening, Mildred falls back a little bit. Tressa,
Yeah.
you get to explain this.
I explain this.
Through your teary vision.
Well, you see, as she falls back, she gets caught by
Albert.
Albert.
what?
She got
Albert.
caught by Albert.
Yeah, Albert.
Alberto.
But somebody catches her just before she falls down, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
And you see Albert, starts to pull her down, and lots of gory details.
Rock Gnome, you want to fill in those gory details?
Disturbingly, while Mildred is up top of Dragonborn's shoulders, the Alberto ooze thing has grasp around her neck and is pulling her against the edge of the ship, and that's breaking her back.
Just pulling her down across the guardrail, just breaking her back, pretty much. Yeah.
So what does Bartok do about this?
Yeah, I take the torch out of Rock Gnome's hand and very carefully as to make sure it doesn't go out or anything of that sort. Seeing as Mildred had said that it was the only way to defeat Albert, I wave it around him to see what happens, see if he's like afraid of the light or whatever. And
His skin slowly crinkles back, avoiding the fire.
so I continue doing this, and being
Free
me.
Mildred.
Well, not immediately. It takes a while.
Sure.
I imagine it took like 10 minutes to do total. I free her head a little bit, and then end up freeing most of her arms, and then Rock Gnome comes in with his dagger and just tries to cut the last bit, and Albert
And
gets a
then
hold of him
Albert
entirely.
takes half of his arm.
Yeah.
My short, stubby arm.
Now I have to choose between saving Rock Gnome or Mildred. So,
It's just like a Telltale game.
yeah. So, naturally, I'm going to save Mildred. But then DM comes up and says, well, there's a
Aye.
third option.
That's very risky.
Would you like to fill them in on what that is?
Well, see, I wanted to let them know that there was a third option, yet it was very risky. So, because I can't let my party members die during this third session. So what they do is, they light the darn Albert ablaze, and the Rock Gnome takes quite a bit of damage, and so does Mildred. Mildred is now passed out, barely alive. And the last thing they heard Mildred say is, "No good two-time giving out arms of mine, salted meats."
Oh,
And the little boy points up and says, That's
Oh,
what happened to my mom. And
I
then Tressa's a
forgot.
big blob again.
oh, I remember that now. And then I finally, regaining Tressa's wits, she throws a torch, actually causing quite a bit of damage to Albert. And then,
Mainly just scaring him away. Or
Well,
yeah,
we don't
I
mainly.
don't
know.
really
We're
know.
just going to pretend that that's not the case, Dungeon Master.
I don't really know yet. I'm still writing the script. Shut up. I'm just gonna say he lived because I want Albert to join the party somehow.
What?
Okay. And then miraculously,
yeah.
Tressa somehow managed to actually do some sort of medicinal thing to somehow save Mildred, even though she was on the brink of death.
Now Mildred's wounds are dressed, and she's laying more or less stable
Yeah.
from what we can tell on a bed somewhere in the captain's quarters.
And then the third ship slowly pulls up next to theirs. The gangplank falls down, and the captain steps on it.
Dun dun dun.
Fire!
Continue.
Fire! Albert! Yeah.
Fire, Albert.
Fire, Albert!
Then that needs to be the entire intro for the next session.
Okay,
Yes!
yes,
Oh, sorry, I
yes.
just clapped in your ears.
No,
Oh,
it's
it's
not that bad.
fine.
It was
Okay, guys. All harmonically. Shot through the heart. Let's go.
What?
Okay.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shot
Shot
through the
through the
heart,
Through the heart.
and you're too late.
I don't know
You get
the lyrics.
A family.
Fire, Albert, fire, Albert, fire, Albert, fire, Albert, fire, Albert, fire, Albert.
Okay,
And
that
fire.
went well.